Peace, mercy and blessings of God be upon you. Good evening to you, all. Music. Praise be to God, Lord of the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. Peace and blessings be upon his trustworthy messenger and upon his family and companions. We continue by the will, power and might of God Almighty to comment on what is mentioned in the Book of God Almighty. We are now with Surah Al-Baqarah and we have reached the words of God Almighty. Their example is that of one who kindled a fire, but when it illuminated what was around him, God took away their light and left them in darkness, unable to see. This verse and those that follow it come as a commentary on what was mentioned previously regarding the state of the hypocrites. The first verses mention the believers, then verses mention the disbelievers, and then verses mention the hypocrites. God Almighty says of the hypocrites at the beginning, and of the people are some who say we believe in God and the last day, but they are not believers. They think to deceive God and those who believe, but they deceive not, except themselves, and perceive it not. In their hearts is disease, so God has increased their disease, and for them is a severe punishment. How painful it is that they used to lie. And when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth, they say, we are only reformers. Unquestionably it is they who are the corruptors, but they do not perceive it. And when it is said to them, come and believe as the people have believed, they say, should we believe as the foolish have believed? Unquestionably it is they who are the foolish. But they do not know, and when they meet those who believe they say, we believe, but when they are alone with their devils they say, indeed we are with you, we were only mocking. Allah mocks them and prolongs them in their transgression while they wander blindly. Those are the ones who have purchased error in exchange for guidance, so their transaction has brought no profit, nor were they guided. Allah, blessed and exalted is He, informs us in these verses about the hypocrites. Then after that He, glory be to Him, gives two parables to clarify the state of those hypocrites, two parables that apply to the state of the hypocrites and the parables. In the book of Allah, blessed and exalted is He, are many, and Allah, majestic and exalted is He, has informed us that these parables are only beneficial to the scholars, and these parables we give to the people, but none will understand them except those who have knowledge. And some of the early Muslims used to say, I read the parable in the book of God, the blessed and exalted, but I did not understand it. I wept for myself because God, the blessed and exalted, says, and none will understand them except those of knowledge. If I am not among them, then a person should strive to understand these parables and know what they indicate. God, the blessed and exalted, says, those hypocrites, their example is like that of one who kindled a fire, but when it illuminated what was around him, God took away their light and left them in darkness, unable to see. They are deaf, dumb and blind, so they will not return. This is the first parable, and it is called the fiery parable, as the scholars named it because there are two parables, a fiery parable and a water parable. This fiery parable in which fire is mentioned is where God, the blessed and exalted, says, the example is like that of one who kindled a fire. Kindled means he sought to light the fire. The letters sin and ta indicate seeking, and they often come for seeking, but they may also come for other purposes. However, in essence they mostly come for seeking. Kindled, sought forgiveness, sought mercy, always seeking forgiveness, seeking mercy, seeking belief, and so on. The example is like that of one who kindled a fire, but when it illuminated what was around him, God took away their light. So the one who kindled is one, and the beneficiaries are one, many, as God, blessed and exalted is He, said, God took away their light, and He did not say His light. He said this because one person gathered the firewood and lit the fire, but many benefited from it, such as His companions or those who were with Him, or similar things. Their example is like that of one who kindled a fire, and when it illuminated what was around him, God took away their light. He kindled a fire, and when this fire illuminated what was around him, God took away their light. He did not say God took away their light. He kindled a fire and it illuminated. He did not say God took away their light, but rather God took away their light. They said this because fire contains light, heat, and smoke. When you light a fire, it provides illumination.
لك كما قال الله تبارك وتعالى عن النار في
As
سورة
God,
الواقعة
blessed and exalted is He, said about fire. In Surah Al-Baqarah at the end of it, have you considered the fire which you kindle? Is it you who created its tree, or are we the creators? We made it a reminder and a provision for the travelers. The travelers are the journeyers. It is a provision for them.
المسافرون متاع لهم بحيث تضيء لهم يشعلون يضيئون
So that it illuminates for them, they light their fires, it protects them from animals, it illuminates their place, and they cook their food by it and their dinner and other things, so they benefit from it. One of the benefits of the fire is that it illuminates them. God, blessed and exalted is He, said, so when it illuminated. God took away their light. He did not say their fire, but rather God took away their light. He did not also say God took away their light, but rather their light. Why? He said because the fire in its burning gathers light for them, of course, if it is at night, and it is at night here because He said, and He left them in darkness, indicating that it is at night. He said it shone, because fire does not shine during the day, sunlight is sufficient, and everything besides the sun is nothing, so it shone for them at night. He said, so when it shone, God took away their light, and He did not say their illumination, nor did He say their fire, but rather their light. So God took away what they benefited from, which is the light, and left them with what harmed them, which is the heat of the fire and the smoke of the fire. This is from the eloquence of the Holy Qur'an. Their example is like that of one who kindled a fire, and when it illuminated what was around him, God took away their light, and left them in darkness, unable to see. They said, these darknesses are firstly the darkness of the night, because He said it shone, so when they were at night He left them in darkness. And the second darkness is the darkness of the smoke that comes out of this fire, because this smoke also darkens them, covering what is above them. God took away their light and left them in darkness, unable to see. Then He said this confirmation, then He said, deaf, dumb, they are blind, so they will not return even though. They hear, see, and speak. But He said, deaf, dumb, and blind, because they do not benefit from their hearing, nor from their speech, nor from their sight. So their existence is as if they do not exist, because they do not benefit from them, and their existence is as if they do not exist. Therefore God, blessed and exalted is He, says to them, they have eyes with which they do not see, so they do not hear with them. So what is their benefit? There is no benefit in them. Rather, a person benefits from the eye by seeing with it, and benefits from the ear by hearing with it, and benefits from the tongue by speaking with it. These are deaf, dumb, and blind, because they do not benefit from their hearing, nor from their sight, nor from their speech. Therefore their existence is as if it does not exist. They are deaf, dumb, and blind, so they will not return. That is because these are their characteristics. They are deaf to the truth, they do not hear it; dumb to the truth, they do not speak it; blind to the truth, they do not see it. So how will they return? They will not return to the truth, they do not speak it, they do not want to hear it, they do not want to see it. So if their condition is like this, then the end result is that they will not return to the truth, because they do not want it, they are turning away from the truth. Then God Almighty said, or like a rainstorm from the sky. Here some scholars have said that it is a choice, meaning if you wish they can have the first example, and if you wish they can have the second example. The first example describes the hypocrites, and the second example also describes them. So the choice is this or that, or the and could be a conjunction meaning, and their example is likewise for them. They have this example and they have this example, and they are similar. Some scholars have said that the first group is different from the second group, meaning the first example is for some people and the second example is for other people. It is true that they are all hypocrites. But the hypocrites are of varying degrees. There are the wavering hypocrites, about whom God Almighty said, wavering between that, belonging neither to these nor to those. When they meet those who believe, they say, we believe.
نشهد إنك لرسول الله. ذلك بأنهم
When they come to you, they say, "We bear witness that you are the messenger of God." That is because they believed, then disbelieved, then increased in disbelief. So they are wavering and confused about where to go they do not know. This is the second category. The first category is the pure hypocrite, who is determined to be with the disbelievers completely without wavering, but he
فهذان نوعان من المنافقين.
appears faith is false and deceitful. These are two types of hypocrites. The first type is described in the first example, those who waver. God, blessed and exalted is He, says, their example is like that of one who kindled a fire. Kindling the fire for them is their entry into Islam, by which they preserved their lives, honor and wealth. They lived among the Muslims, treated themselves as Muslims, and shared in the spoils of war when they went out with them for jihad. They were treated as Muslims 100%. This is the light they received, like the one who kindled the fire. When it illuminated what was around it, God took away their light. That is, on the day of resurrection when they come, they think that just as they deceive people in this world, they will continue to deceive them in the hereafter. God, blessed and exalted is He, says, and a wall will be placed between them with a gate. Inside it is mercy, and outside it is punishment. There the matter is settled because they are with the knower of the unseen. Glory be to Him, the Most High. God gives the second example, or like a rainstorm from the sky. A rainstorm is something that always falls from the sky, or like a rainstorm from the sky is the rain that falls from the sky, or like a downpour from the sky. The scholars said that its origin is Sayyab and Bay because it is Saba Yasab, so its origin is a wa, separating Sayyab like Sayyid, Hayyin, Layyin, and other words that indicate the same meaning. Tayyib, but the wa was changed to a ya, the wa was changed. To a ya, and it was intensified and assimilated. It is Hayyin, Layyin, Sayyid, Sayyab. This is its origin, but it was assimilated, changed to a ya, then assimilated, so it became Sayyid, Thayyib, Sayyab. And so these words are, or like a downpour, meaning water coming down from the sky, or like a downpour from the sky in which there is darkness, thunder and lightning, or like a downpour from the sky in which there is darkness, thunder and lightning. They put their fingers in their ears from the thunderbolts, fearing death, and God encompasses the disbelievers. A downpour from the sky is water, and this rain is not like summer rain in which there is darkness, thunder and lightning. Where are the darknesses? They said, the darkness is the darkness of the night. If it is night, it is the darkness of the clouds that cover the sun. There is no sun, you cannot see the sun, because it is all covered by clouds, as they say, on a night when the clouds cover the stars, meaning the clouds cover the stars and the sun, so sometimes you see it during the day and it becomes dark even though the sun is out because it is all covered by the clouds. They said if it is the darkness of the night or the darkness of the clouds and the darkness of the rain, when the rain starts to fall quickly it becomes like a barrier, like a veil. This rain is falling forcefully or like a downpour from the sky with darkness, thunder and lightning. That is, with this rain there is thunder and lightning. God, blessed and exalted is He, says, they put their fingers in their ears to protect themselves from the thunderbolts. He is being cautious. He does not put his fingers in his ear. The finger does not go in. You can put your finger in your ear, try it, it doesn't go in. The fingertip is small, but the whole finger goes in. The ear, you can try it, let's see if it doesn't go away, press it, so the finger does not go in the ear, but it enters. Now, but this is an exaggeration in their desire to close the ear so that they do not hear the disturbing sound, or like a downpour from the sky in which there is darkness, thunder and lightning. They put their fingers in their ears from the thunderbolts, fearing death, that is, from the intensity of these thunderbolts. And in the language of thunderbolts, it is said that from their intensity, they fear that if they do not close their ears, they will die. From the intensity of this sound, they put their fingers in their ears from the thunderbolts, fearing death. God, blessed and exalted is He, says, and God encompasses the disbelievers. This is about the thunderbolts. He said, the lightning almost snatches away their sight. Now if the lightning almost snatches away their sight with its speed, then they said that it is not desirable for a person to look at the lightning so that his sight is not snatched away. The lightning almost snatches away their sight whenever it illuminates them. They walk in it, and when it darkens upon them they stand still. So, what does it mean? At night too, at night whenever it illuminates them they walk in it. Imagine the flash of lightning, how long it lasts. Moments. Imagine them standing there illuminated. How much time do they take? Just a step or two just to catch the lightning? This shows their confusion. It shows their confusion. Whenever it illuminates them, they walk in it, and when it darkens, they stop. Imagine how long it will take them to reach.
فتصور أنت كم سيستغرقون من وقت حتى يصلوا إلى مرادهم.
Their goal, they depend on the light of the lightning, which appears for a moment and disappears for a moment, disappears for a moment, disappears for a moment. And, with the intense fear and panic that seizes them from this lightning and this thunder, the lightning almost snatches away their sight whenever it illuminates them. They walk in it, and when it darkens, they stop. And if God willed, He could take away their hearing and sight. God Almighty did not create these things because He needs them. God Almighty is capable of taking away their hearing and sight without these things, without the thunder, without the lightning, without these things. He is capable, for His command is only that when He wills something, He says to it, be, and it is. But He willed to punish them in this world and to punish them in the hereafter. Glory be to Him the Most High. If God willed, He could take away their hearing and sight. Indeed,